Good morning, everybody. We're back again, another week in the markets. It is Tuesday the 4th of October, 25 to 2 in the afternoon, my local time. Yeah, let's get to it. As always, we're going to go over EURGBP first. There's been some big moves last couple of weeks in the markets, lots of stuff happening, so let's get to it. As we can see, and which we've been over previously, EURGBP has been in an uptrend, more likely because the pound dropped off the face of the earth. You're probably all aware it went close to parity with the dollar. We've seen a lot of weakness in the pound, but we've seen some strength come back into the pound. I was listening to multiple podcasts and radio shows, and he was saying that the Bank of England have been buying up government bonds to try and stabilise the currency, etc., etc. And you know, there's things going off in all governments around the world. But with EURGBP, as we can see, we spiked right up into these supply zones at the top here, and then we wicked right out. And since then, the pound has gained some strength, and we've seen a drop back in price. Now, obviously, the trend is still bullish structure, so we can still look for buys, but I'd say it all depends on when the pound, you know, is going to hit supply zones and become weak again across other pairs, and obviously when it hits demand zones like here on opposite pairs. Now, we're just about to hit a little demand zone here, so this could be a nice little buy where we could get in. We could get a pretty small stop loss. We'll see how today's candle finishes, because it is possible that the pound strength could continue and we could drop through. There is some little imbalances to feel here on the way up. So yeah, so we're going to just keep watch at the moment and see what today brings with the pound. Let me just move this to the back. Yeah, so I mean, if today's candle does finish like this on a doji, or even a bearish doji, then we could get a little a buy on, hopefully, for the next leg up in this bullish trend, because as you can see, we've created higher highs, higher lows, higher high, and this could be the next higher low, or it could possibly even be equal lows before we push up again. But again, we need to see today's and tomorrow's trading action to give us that story. But if you mark this out on your charts and be ready, you know, it's possible that we can start getting buys on around here, because we could come into the confluence of this trend line and the channel breakout that we got as well for multiple ones here. So yeah, that's something to watch out for in EURGBP. So yeah, so with that pair covered, we'll move over to GJ. And this is my favourite pair. Now, as I said last week, it was a couple of weeks ago now, I had sells marked up out from this supply zone here at 166, and then I had obviously the supply zone where we've sold from before up there at 168. You know, I've been asking people to let me know whether they got on. I haven't heard yet. You know, because if you got onto that supply zone sell that I put out, then you got, depending where your entry was, so I'll go a little bit lower to the bottom of the supply zone. You know, you got 1,800 pips in a matter of 2 trading weeks, which is pretty phenomenal, because you could have got a pretty tight stop loss at the top there. My ideal position obviously would have been that 4 hour. So yeah, even that still returned 1,700 and plus pips. It's crazy, but look what happened. That demand zone we bought from there multiple times, as I've left the things on here. The trades that we took last time, we bought multiple times from that demand zone. What did price do? Came back down, tapped right into it, and then boom, obviously this strong supply demand zone that we've traded from before, there was plenty of buyers ready, and it went right back up out. And what has happened since? Boom, we've gone once that candle closed from this candle here, we've gone back up another 900 plus pips instant. So if you can catch these moves, it's crazy. Obviously, it looks like there's a demand zone being created there now, around here. So we could watch later on to see how that holds. Obviously, you ain't selling from there. So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be visiting this supply zone again. I think we're going straight all the way back up. obviously because this is the demand zone that's in play, and price has been touched from here multiple times maybe before where we've traded, and it's made it all the way up to create these supply zones at the top. So I think we're going to be visiting straight back up here again. So, you know, trading wise, we could look for some shorts again up here. Be ready. We could come down to this zone here. Still 1,000 pips on offer. So be ready. Obviously, I've had this buy position out of the demand zone for a long time now. But as this spike down into it was happening, I wasn't watching, so I couldn't have caught that. So let's just have a little look on the 4-hour time frame what it looks like. Yeah, it's just instant candles. It would have been very hard to catch that. You know, there's no indication that it's going to come right back up straight away. As I say, the big clean candles straight into it, and then it taps straight back out. You know, there's no consolidation candles around the area. It would have been very difficult. You would have had to add a buy stop order, a buy limit order, sorry, ready to go at that demand zone to catch it. So yeah, a bit difficult one to catch really, unless you're watching it like a hawk on the smaller time frames, and you're ready. But as I say, it's hit it, it's come right back up, and I think we're going to be hitting these supply zones at the top again here. So I think the next thing we can do is, once it gets up to this resistant supply zone area here, is see what price action does, and if we do get a consolidation candle like this, or a couple of consolidation candles, then we can look to sell or wait for it to break above, and then obviously it looks like we could be going higher. But obviously, you know, the economy in the UK isn't the best at the moment, and the pound might be struggling. So this is just a reaction to what happened with the drop, especially against the dollar. So, you know, a sell from here would be a good trade to take. So yeah, so with that pair covered, we'll move to EURAUD. Now this isn't a pair that I've really been watching too much, if I'm honest. I think a couple of weeks ago out now, I did send out a possible sell here from this downtrend and this little supply zone that was created. It did move into profit, but again it came back, and well, as you can see, we broke above that long trend line, and it looks like it does want to go up and fill these imbalances that were left when we had that huge drop down previously. So yeah, there's some big momentum candles going on here. So I would be looking to buy from demand zones around here at 149, something like that, possibly to fill these imbalances at least. Hopefully we get a pullback in price first, and if we do collect some demand, then we can jump in on a buy if you want to trade this pair. But as I say, I've got trades open on other pairs at the moment, which we'll go over, but that would be my call on EURAUD. Hopefully a pullback to demand, and then you can join the buy, and then hopefully it breaks this supply and fills these imbalances. Yeah, so with that pair covered, we'll move to GBPUSD, which is a pair that I'm still holding. As I said last week, previously we had a little stop loss hit on this previous 2002 zone, I think it was, which broke, and then we got the drop back to this price. Obviously it was moving close down towards parity with the dollar, but it didn't happen. And yeah, as I said last week, we need to get a buy on here, which we did, and currently we are 550 plus pips in profit, so that we're over 2 to 1. Is that 2 to 1? Yeah, we're virtually 2 to 1 now. So yeah, hopefully by now. I did send a post out in the forums and my social media profiles on GU. I think we were 300 odd pips in profit at the time, to move your stop loss to your entry position, or in fact secure some profits 1 to 1 if you wish to, because as I say, this does look like it does only just look like a reaction at the moment, and it is possible that the bearish trend could just continue and we could drop back down. So If you secure some profits, it's not a problem. If it does come back down again, we can buy again from further down. You know, it's good possible we could hit this trend line and just bounce back down, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens in the future. But for now, we're holding. We're in profit. Make the trade risk free by moving your stop loss to your entry. So if it does come all the way back down, you don't lose anything. Or as I say, move it into profits to make sure you secure some money for your account. Okay, so we're just holding GU at the moment. I'll update again next week. So with that covered, we'll move to EURUSD, and this was again the same as last week. It's pretty much the same. Looking to buy at the bottom of this demand zone last time. You know, it's in profit. It hasn't moved as well as the pound. Yeah, it's only a couple of hundred pips in profit if you bought that one. I'm not a big trader of EURUSD, I'll be honest. Yeah, but you know, if you did trade it, I did shout it, you'll be in profit. If I was to join in on this now, I'd be looking for, you know, to come up and then join in round about there maybe. Where's the moving average? I think I've deleted it off now. I'll have to get it back on. But yeah, once we start trading above the moving average and that long-standing downtrend, I'd start to join the party on EURUSD. Yeah, so not much for that pair this week, unfortunately. With that done, we'll move to gold. This was a pair that hit stop loss. Sorry about that. Yeah, this was a pair that hit stop loss. We did move into profit, so you know, the stop loss hit, we didn't lose any money, which is not a problem. Gold had other ideas and we moved further down in the trend, but as you can see, price did touch this little zone here that we marked out and bounced straight back up. So yeah, it wasn't much opportunity for us to catch up on that one. Ideally, I would have liked this consolidation candle to be a bit lower down on this support zone here. Then we could have got a buy on. But as for now, I'm going to wait. Pretty much similar to what EURUSD is. I'd like to break back up above this trend, and then, you know, this support areas, we could see something like that, and then we could join in on a gold buy, because if it starts turning bullish, and then obviously we move into December. December notorious is, if you look back on the charts, it always has a bull run for a few weeks in December. So yeah, it'd be nice to join in on gold bull run, but we're going to wait for now, as I say, because I'm holding GU, I'm holding Bitcoin still, even though it's not moving anywhere, which we'll go over soon. But that will be my idea on gold. Get it breaking above this downtrend, look to break above the resistance, retest, and then we can get a buy on. I'll mark that already. In an area like that. Let's just get a bit of let's just mark this area now so we can see what we're doing. Okay, he didn't make it all the way down to there, so we'll just leave that there. We missed that one, so this is what we're looking for next. Yeah, once a bullish trend is confirmed and we start making higher highs and higher lows, we can look to buy on a break and retest for gold. Okay, so with that pair covered, we'll move to the dollar and just check out what it's doing. As it was going over last week, we moved into this big weekly supply zone, and as you can see, last week it wicked out and we finished with a consolidation 50% less candle. Again, this week is bearish, so hopefully we will see a bit of a drop back in the dollar, which helps our GU trade, helps gold break above that trend. Whether it'll be long term or not, I'm not too sure. You know, look at that the steep rise in the dollar is, you know, it's pretty incredible. I'd like to see a medium term fallback to these little demand zone there. You know, I'd like to see it fall back quite a bit, but you know, it's looking like it won't. It might just continue with its strength, but technically I'd like to see it drop a little bit further back to 109, 108. That would be nice. It'd be even nicer 106, 104, but we'll have to wait and see, and just keep watching for now. But as for now, it's bearish. We're in profit on GU, so secure the profits and don't give them back to the market. Okay, so we're just looking for some further continuation of the downwards movement on the dollar, but you know, it's highly unlikely with the strong bullish trend that it's in, but you never know. So with that said, we'll move on to Bitcoin. As I can see, we're still holding. Go back to the daily chart. It's incredible. It's just had this sideways movement for a long time now. Let's just mark this box. 25, between 25 and 17,500. It's just done nothing. I mean, we did take this trade previously. We went into profits. Whether you took them or not, we moved back down, and we've we hit the stop loss on the entry on that one, or the stop loss into profits, whatever you did. I took a trade again here, which I'm still holding, because as I say, I'm going to hold it until this zone breaks, until this 17,500 zone breaks. I'm just going to continue to hold, because as I say, we're getting close to the downtrend line now, and we could just break above, and then we could just start moving, especially with the dollar becoming a little bit weaker. If it does continue to be weak, then it might be the opportunity for Bitcoin to break out of that trend and give us a short-term bullish move to get some profit. You know, I'm not out here saying it's going to turn bullish and we're going to get 100k by Christmas. I'm not being stupid, but you know, I'm not saying the earth's flat either. So there's no, you know, people saying we're going lower. We might do. There's a high possibility. But as for now, I'm trading this as it's a bottom, and I'm going to continue to hold unless it breaks this zone. So we're here to trade, we're here to make money, and this is what we're doing now. This is what we see. So whether you follow along or not, it's not a problem. If you want to wait, you can do. Waste your time, it's not a problem. I'm holding for now, and until the zone breaks, I will continue to hold. Okie doke. So that's what we're looking for in Bitcoin: a break above this trend, higher highs, higher lows to be created. I mean, we can go over the other crypto pairs, which is pretty much the same. Ethereum's this big expanding wedge, the trend line's holding. We haven't moved as deep a dip as what Bitcoin did when we had the first low made in back in June. It's holding price a little bit higher, which is nice to see. Again, I just bought these in my wallet. I didn't trade Ethereum. I just bought this to hold in my Ledger wallet. So we'll just have a quick look at XRP. That's another one. We can see this zone that's flipped. Be a nice area to buy from if you didn't buy in already. I bought previously down here. I bought in 3 or 4 times on XRP, so I'm pretty much staggered all the way down. But it's nice to see some bullish movement. This looks like a nice little bullish flag. Nice to see price break out and go up, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, so it's all speculation at the moment, but obviously the advice for crypto is to buy and hold if you're not as comfortable with day trading it, which you can understand. It's not a problem. So with XRP and Ethereum and all the other pairs, I buy to hold. I mostly only trade Bitcoin. Sometimes I will have a dabble in others, but yeah, mostly it's Bitcoin. So I think that's pretty much it for this week. Yeah, there's not really much else I can cover. Yeah, we're holding GBPUSD longs, holding Bitcoin long. We'll be looking to go long on gold once it breaks above that downtrend. GBPJPY, it's possible we could get a sell from that top supply zone if it reaches back up there. Unless it breaks it and we start moving higher, which would be surprising considering how weak the pound has been over the last few weeks. But if the Fed and the US can manipulate the dollar, why can't the Bank of England manipulate the GBP and make it even stronger? It's a battle between all the governments, and it's pretty crazy. All we can do is try and maneuver our way through the markets and earn the daily crust. Yeah, so we'll update again next week, everyone. Hope you have a good trading week. Cheers, everyone. Take care.